Welcome back to Morning Joe. Here with us now, the original drummer and founding member of The Doors, John Densmore. He's the author of the new book, The Doors Unhinged. Jim Morrison's legacy goes on trial. Welcome to the show. Good to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Very exciting to have you here. I mean,
I'm Evening John.
You're
all right.
On Morning Joe.
On Morning Joe. It's a little too early, isn't it?
You'll survive it.
So, The Doors Unhinged talks a lot. Obviously, not just about Jim Morrison, but the band. And you guys were revolutionary as far as music went, but also you had a revolutionary business relationship that started in your garage band.
Well, it started with Jim, who said, I don't know how to play a chord on any instrument. How do you write? I have these words and melodies, but I don't know how to write a song. Why don't we split everything?
Right.
Even the credit, lyrics by The Doors.
Right.
And so there was this foundation of 4 equal parts with veto power.
Yeah.
I became Mr. Veto. And
well, you eventually vetoed a $15 million deal with Cadillac.
Yeah.
What were you thinking, man? Come on.
I must be anti-American, not to be greedy here.
Yeah.
We did very well.
Yeah.
And Jim said, you want to do, we were considering Come On Buick, Light My Fire for some pretty good dough. And he said, great, I'll smash the car on television with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
That was a no. And I haven't forgotten that, and he's not with us. And
so then Cadillac came at you with a $15 million deal, and you said no.
Why?
Because of Jim. And this is interesting. It was Light My Fire was primarily written by the guitar player, and so what does that say, Mika? That he really cared about the whole catalog, all the songs.
Yeah.
So I remember that.
Jim died in 1971.
And let me say, I want to say it's sad that our keyboard player passed just a few months back, actually. And fortunately, I had a closing conversation with him and told him I loved him, and we were musical brothers. His left hand was the bass that Joe's talking about.
Yeah. So. But you have, you hear, whether it's Light My Fire or whatever, other Doors songs today, and they are as fresh today. Given our age, they're still fresh. They're fresh to a lot of people younger than us. What does it say about music that lasts 50 years?
Barnacle, it's the drumming.
Is that what it is?
I would agree with that.
Well, we had this great-looking singer, had these amazing lyrics and melodies, I mean, the ingredient for a good song, I don't care if it's heavy metal or country or rock and roll, it's the wedding of how the words fit with the melody. That's what hooks everybody in. He had great melodies and words.
Peace Frogs, like on every warm-up tape I think I ever...
Really?
I mean, all through college and everything like that. It's not that you're necessarily against commercialism per se, but, today the music doesn't come first for so many stars. It's the commercialism that comes first.
Yeah,
and that affects the artistry of it.
That's a good question. Today, it's so hard out there. I understand some new band paying the rent by using their songs for a commercial. But in our case, we had already done quite well, and Jim was against this. And so maybe you're a new band, and maybe you get going, and then maybe you ought to look back and reconsider the idea of, as Tom Waits said, changing your lyrics into a jingle. You do tweak the lyrics so the audience, without that product, the audience won't be fulfilled, and that's changing what you wrote.
You talked about the passing of Ray, and you guys obviously had, like most great bands through the years, had a lot of fights, a lot of ups and downs. Of course, they formed the Doors of the 21st Century, sort of pushed you out. It was fascinating. They went to Stuart Copeland, of course, famous for being the drummer of the Police, and he ended up sort of calling them on this scam.
Yeah. Stuart is a wonderful drummer. I mean, the
scam of calling it the Doors of the 21st Century,
If I was asked to fill his shoes in the Police, I You know, the way he plays in that band is like he wears gloves when he plays.
Right.
It's that tight.
Yeah.
And he was let go because he was calling them saying, hey, wait a minute, I respect John. Can we use the name here? Is this cool? And then he eventually testified for me in the trial, which was wonderful.
Where'd you meet Jim Morrison?
I met him in Ray's garage. He was in the corner. He was shy. And once we got a few club gigs, he still would not face the audience. He would look at us for security. And then he turned into the Lizard King, didn't he?
Yes, there's quite a picture in there about that.
That came out of nowhere, right?
The book is The Doors Unhinged. Jim Morrison's legacy goes on trial. John Densmore, thank you so much.
It was great to have you here. Thank you so much for coming.
Nice being on the panel.
It's great having you on the panel.
All right.
We'll be back with much more Morning Joe in just a moment.
And Evening John.